Hello, my name is Jennifer and welcome to my new Let's Play of Rags to Riches Vampire Edition. This Let's Play features two Sims, Bryce Callahan, who is a young adult, and his younger teen sister, Sylvia. Bryce and Sylvia are new to the area because they ran away after the vampire who turned them, Richard, was hunted down and killed by a vampire hunter. They did manage to escape with their lives, but nothing else but the clothes on their back. They were turned into vampires against their will, and unbeknownst to them, Richard had targeted them for turning, as their parents, who had recently passed away, had escaped Richard's clutches years before. And since they're new to the area, they don't know what people's attitude here is to vampires, so they need to try and keep a low profile about being vampires until they figure that out. They did meet a few people during their flight to the area, but they are not aware that they're vampires. The people they met, that is. Also, since they were turned into vampires against their will, they may try to search for a cure, but only time will tell if they take that route or if they end up embracing the vampire lifestyle. This is Bryce, and he has, at the moment, he has the Master Vampire trait, which gives him the Quick Learner trait. His chosen traits are he's a geek, he's a bookworm, and he is a genius. His dark form at the moment is the same as his regular day-to-day form. Now, he's redhead, green eyes, and let's see, I have given him a few outfits, so he does have a few outfits to start. I'll just click through them. There you can see them. So they did manage to go with a few clothes. That was just to make it simpler. I doubt they'll change into much of this because they're going to be essentially living on the streets and not really using any of these things. Or as on the streets as you can as a vampire. Now this is Sylvia. She, as I said, is a teen, so she only has two traits. She is outgoing and she is creative. She has the painter extraordinaire aspiration, which gives her the muser trait. She also has a few outfits, which I may as well just show you, but like I said, really all we'll mostly see at the beginning are their everyday outfits because they're not really going to be using anything else. And since they're not really going to be sleeping very much, they're probably not even going to be changing. So that's it. A couple of athletic outfits. And like I said, the sleepwear I don't expect to see. They need to get a house before they're going to be able to be anywhere that they can sleep. Now, it probably will be a bit of a challenge because they're vampires, so the usual thing you do in Rags to Riches, you usually go out and, fish and get collectibles and things like that. But they obviously won't be able to do that because they will be limited in what they can do in the daytime because they're vampires and they can't be outside. So they'll have to find somewhere public that they can shelter in during the daylight hours. So that's it, and I will see you in live mode. At the moment, Sylvia and Bryce are at the library in Willow Creek, and they're inside because it's day, and as you can see, they have 0 simoleons, and they're gonna have to try and figure out how to live. And they can't go outside, do any collecting or anything, because it's daytime, and they're vampires, so they'll become uncomfortable and burn out. But what we are able to do, I had noticed at the library, is he can actually search for information on vampires. So we're going to do that because he has that whim. Not the whim. He doesn't have a whim for it, but he actually has... I'm going to get rid of that planted plasma fruit because that's probably going to be quite a while before we can do that. And because he doesn't have a geek candy, he can't do that. He can get to know Sylvia. So he has... So this is... He has some points, so he wants to use a computer, so he's done that. Now I'm gonna, just because they get bored later on for searching, so I'm gonna have him stop and start again. And I'm going to have him talk to his sister, because he wants to get to know her. Get to know. And to make things simpler, I'm going to have them have a club for themselves. For now, it's just going to be their family club, so I'll just name it with their name, their last name. And it is not going to be open, it'll be invite only, and I don't care what their logo is. I'm pretty sure we can always change that. And I don't really have, we'll say be friendly, because that's something that they can do easily at the moment. And these could change as we go along. Be funny. Looking, well, we'll have them, I guess, read. I don't know. We can always change that. I don't want to have them fish or anything like that, because they might try and go outside in the daytime. So we'll start a gathering. And he's used the computer, so he's done that. And he has no money. He doesn't, you know, I realized, I think, if you look, they have books on the bookshelves in the library. And look, they have the Encyclopedia Vampirica Volume 1. So that'll be pretty useful for him. So we're going to go back to the knowledge, because it requires them to actually read the book. So he'll get that ticked off right there. And now what does he want? He wants to find a vampire mentor. So we will keep that. Though they are at the moment trying to keep, they don't know how people are in this town, whether they're for or against the vampires, being that the area they came from, people were not, they did not like vampires at all. So they're a little bit nervous. So he wants to play video games. We can pin that. And let's take a look at Sylvia. Of course, she has no money, so she can't do any paintings at the moment. But she could just, out of, you know, she may as well work on the same aspiration that her brother's working on, because she can't do much inside in the daytime. So she may as well try this. We're going to stop her. Now she also wants to plant a plasma fruit, but we don't have any plasma fruit, and we don't have really anywhere to go. Of course, in the game, you have to start them on a lot, so they do have a lot, but I will not let them move and live on the lot until they pay for the lot, which the lot they started with was 1,500. But being vampires, they can't actually move there until they actually have some money to build some walls and a roof, because they will burn. So she wants to get to know Bryce. Something seems to be stuck here. I'm not sure why, because she's sitting there. That's a bit strange. Okay, I think I'm going to just try and reset and see how that goes, so I'll be back. I reset some of the Sims, and it seems like she's able to move now, so hopefully that'll be good. So she gonna do the same thing with her, where we're gonna root, and this is also really particularly important for her, because when she gets 1,500 points and she has some money, it'll help her with her value of her paintings, since she wants to be a painter. So we will get her it'll help her with the value of her paintings, because we'll get the marketable trait for her, which is a good way for them to get some walls and a property. So she needs to stop, the same as we did for him. You want to search. We have no money to purchase anything. So you may as well keep reading. I wonder why it's not, oh, it's not selecting that he's read Encyclopedia Vampirica Volume 1. Maybe he's the one who needs to be reset. So he's discovered that there's plasma packs and about coffins. Okay, so he's done that. And he can't really do anything else with this, because we would need to find a vampire, which he wants. But they are trying to keep kind of low profile, because like I said, they don't know how people are in this world with vampires yet. They're a little bit, oh, and so he has reached level 3. So he has to make some friends, he needs to drink a plasma pack, and he has to not drink deeply for 5 days in a row. So we'll just keep him on the good vampire for now, because that's the easier one for him to do, I suppose. But I'm going to just put him quickly onto leader of the pack. I'm going to buy the club perk, because it started with some points. To make it easier for them to make friends, I'm going to buy the popular club. And then I'm going to go out of there and go to friend of the world and try and introduce ourselves, because this should count towards. So we're going to do a friendly introduction. So he has one friend, his sister. So she can't learn anymore there, because she needs to read the book. And because we're at the library, we only have one book. They have one book. So why don't we have her just read something? A skill book would be good. I don't usually have them read about painting, but you know what? Why don't I? Because then it'll get her painting up, her skill up for painting better. So I'll have her go read that. Or I could have had her read about fishing, because we can't do much because we're inside. Oh, I didn't mean to have her read handiness. But I realized Bryce, once he's finished, he could maybe work on programming, because he can make some money at the library during the day. Everybody seems to be freezing a lot on this lot. I wonder what it is that's causing that. It's not very easy for me to move them because it's daytime. And they will get very uncomfortable and they could burn up and die. Now things seem to be moving. But they do keep stopping. So it hasn't said he's finished. So read that talented vampires can turn other Sims into vampires, which they know because they were turned. So he has introduced himself to Lynn Mims, who's an adult. Bright and Day. We may as well try and make her a friend because we need that for this aspiration and for the vampire aspiration. Maybe I'll just get ready to reading the book. She acquired the cooking skill. How did she acquire the cooking skill? Did she just start reading that on her own? She's bored from vampire browsing. Okay, well, I didn't actually want you to read the cooking, but I guess if you're going to read it, I want you to finish what you're reading. I don't want you to keep starting the same book over again. Sorry, starting different books over again is what I should say. And now, have you become friends? No, you have not become friends with Lynn Mims. Has he gone high enough? I think he actually... Oh, he can make plasma packs. Well, that's good, because plasma packs are expensive. So in the evening, they can go hunting for some frogs and go fishing. And then maybe, hopefully, they'll catch some and be able to get some... Oh, she's a friend now. So let's try and become friends with the librarian. And then maybe I'll have him read about fishing, so he's more likely to catch some fish. So that they have some plasma packs to eat. Because if we're not able to do that, we will have to probably, drink from some Sims, but because they're trying to keep a low profile, they'd prefer to not do that, because they do not know how vampires are received in this world. So he wants to... What's she reading? She's just reading another book. Okay. Now, has the painting book been put back in here? Maybe... No, I'm not going to have her read the fishing. Well, I might if I can't find the painting book. I bet you the painting book is still out. I don't know where all the books are. What is this person reading? Nope, just a regular book. She's randomly taking lots of books out. I think I need to change that. Club activity from reading, because it's annoying. Because she won't stop reading she won't read what I want her to read, she just go randomly take other books. So I'm gonna just leave it with those two things. So Anaya is non-committal and she is a bookworm. And we're already friends with Lynn. And we're friends. Oh, so we have 3 friends. Yeah. We'll pretend he's not. We don't want to go to people's houses, because normally in a Rag to Riches you don't go into people's houses and eat off of them, because off of their, whatever, use their things. They have to make it on their own. So we're going to read what books? We got programming there. Painting's back. Yes, we'll read about the painting. That's what I want to do. We'll let her take it out and then try and have her read it again. Hopefully the librarian will put these books away that Sylvia has taken out. So she wanted to actually get to know Bryce. See if we can friendly get to know. And have her read some more. Now you may as well... I don't know, you've introduced yourself to Naboya, and you seem to have introduced yourself to Lily. thing. Or they've introduced themselves to you. I'm not sure which way it is, but you have. Oh good, she's putting the books away. I go a little bit fast. Okay, don't bother talking. Just sit and read your book. What book are you reading? Lucas Dark. Okay. Now you got this aspiration. Let's just for now go on to Nerd Brain and read. Let's see if we can find the... I assume there's a fishing book. I've never read a fishing book, so I don't know, but I thought all the skills had books. But I'm kind of guessing that there's a fishing skill book. There it is. There is a fishing skill book. So we'll have him read that. So that maybe when it becomes night, which of course is later because we're not in the vampire world, which I always forget what it is. Is it Forgotten Hollow? Something like that. Something hollow. The days are longer. They're shorter there, longer in all the other worlds. So we have less time outside. We have more time inside. There. And how is she doing with that book? She still has to read it, so she hasn't... She hasn't gotten that far on it. So now hopefully if I fast forward, it'll be fine. So I guess the question is are they going to be able to catch any fish? Or they should be able to find some frogs because they've been here all day. So come evening there should be a few frogs out there. And so that they can, you know, stick with their goal that they only want to have plasma while they're trying to get their plasma packs, I should say, while they're learning their way around. Pamela is someone that they met on their travels into this town. That was who Bryce just got a call from. So, because they still have no money, they are getting their thirst is getting there. So they're gonna need some food pretty soon. I don't know whether I should have had him working on his programming skills so he could have got some money with the programming versus learning fishing. I'll see. I guess we'll see in the next part whether this was a good strategy or not. But that's it for this. They're still with no money and they're getting a little bit hungry, so we're going to have to see whether they're able to stick with their guns and try and find a source for food that isn't other Sims, or whether they're going to have to break their principles and end up going and eating from Sims. And they're trying to keep a low profile, like I said, because in the last town they essentially got chased out because there were two people did not like vampires there. They're not doing a very good job of keeping a low profile because they see keep making little things, but we'll ignore that. But thanks very much for watching, and we will see you next time. Bye! If you have any comments or suggestions, please leave them below. I'd love